I've obviously lost my right eye. Moreover, the nerve is gangrenous. My left eye will also be blind for the next 3 years, but the fortune teller said I'm going to be the one standing above 1,000 people. Just because 3 years ago, I've worked meaning to save a girl besieged by thugs. It was at that time. My right eye was blinded by a beer bottle. But that girl wasn't just ungrateful, but after being saved, it's completely silent. Now my condition has gone bad, to the point of not being able to cure me. Jian God. Today, I'm here to ask how long I have left. Boy, I see your right eye flashing white. Within the next 3 days will surely rise. There is no life or death to worry about. I'm good at removing my right eye. Then move it forward. Sir, this is a fake eye. The fortune teller's eyes stopped and his face suddenly changed. I don't mind being adept at fitting fake eyes. Just walk away. Just pretend he's comforting himself. But I didn't pay attention. Right now, in the prosthetic eye, there's electricity circulating. The next second, a piercing pain that suddenly moves to the front of the eye. I went dark and fell to the ground. Self-evolution is complete. Begins to vibrate with the brain nerve. When I open my eyes again, the world in front of me has completely changed. Countless lines of code that circulate between heaven and earth. The scene remains the same, but they're all clearly labeled data. The flow rate of water, rate of passers-by, the height of the building next door, even the number of individual leaves is clearly visible. An unreal voice suddenly echoed through my head. Hee. Hey brother, I'm a supercomputer in your old eyes. It's also the only artificial intelligence in the world. The ability to think independently. Currently, I'm perfectly attuned to your nerves. I call myself a ghost. The sudden voice startled me. Not enough time to ask. Suddenly, there was a red circle in my eye. And then, lock it up to a person not far away. Is a girl in a red miniskirt. There's no time to explain. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. This girl's gonna get hit by a car on the street. Pick up the apple at the stand next to you. I couldn't react at all. The apple is more than 10 meters away. Beautiful girl in red dress is walking in to escape. It doesn't look like you're in danger. So let me rehearse for you. That voice just ended. In my vision, there's an optical circle. Lock an apple on the next stand. Right after that, a series of images flashed quickly before my eyes. The first is that the owner accidentally touched and dropped the apple. An old man passed by, kind enough to bend down and pick up the pen in front of your chest, slide to the ground and roll away. About 5 meters. The pen stopped in the middle of the road. Now a guy on a bike runs over that pen. The front wheel slipped and fell to the ground. Right after that, a car is going at speed, 70 kilometers, retire to avoid collisions, was driving fast. The car immediately lost control, straight towards the red dress girl on the sidewalk. The impact was so strong, it threw her away. The moment she's about to hit the side of the road, all of a sudden, it's gone. I immediately felt a chill in my back, back to reality. Next to it is the apple neck, a few meters from the old man, then in front of chess, thong dong go to. The boy on the bike was still more than 10 meters away. That the countdown clock at eye level shows 1 minute and 40 seconds. The girl in the red dress walked away without knowing it. This strong contrast made it difficult for me at the time. Digestion. That's a very high probability picture of the future that I've calculated based on existing conditions. If you don't save that girl, the probability of death is 99. Right now, the curator's hand accidentally touched her. The apple began to roll to the ground. I can't think much. He reached out and poked the apple in his hand. At about the same time, the old man passed me. The bicycle also passed unscathed. That car is driving across the street, quickly and stably. Red dress girl seems to notice me. You see me staring at me. As she walked by, she gave me a look of disgust, disappointed, scolding a scoundrel. Can you really figure out the future? Wrong. It's supercomputing based on huge amounts of data. Reminds me there is a group who have a very strong fighting ability, sitting in 5 luxury cars coming towards you, and the probability of you becoming their target is 100. Not waiting for me to react. A Joe to Roxy fleet is speeding. A quick break around me in the middle of the road. The crowd on the street look it up. The sound of chatter boomed. Oh my god. This car must be 100 billion. What a big character to lose. The car door opened. A row of dragonflies, dressed in black, put on sunglasses and get out of the car. They are all part of the Mind Group. By their families. Is the company multinational in the world's leading medical technology. These people in black, coming from special forces. We need to be ready. Activation of neuronal intensification. Optimize body function. Begins to strengthen muscle groups. Every stream feels like electricity is rolling through the core, from the right eye to the whole body. I can clearly feel the power rising. The senses also become unusually sensitive. You're a gangster, aren't you? My host has an invitation. When he finished, he pointed his hand towards the road. It just opened thanks to the magic. There was no panic in my heart. I threw away the apple neck I still had in my hand. Walked towards the bow, to the bow. Ansem. I was wrong. If you like me, let's be awesome friends. Prestige is not necessary. I hope you take a closer look at the road. When I finished, I sat back in the car. Right after that, the convoy let out a low, low roar. Off the street, just left the dazed red dress girl standing there, and the passers-by are still talking. In the car dim light, I immediately activated the pink image function, foreign of the right eye, and be dimly seen. Across the street is a girl with beautiful lines. High-quality cosmetic pattern detector. Start to adjust the reference, fix the 5-organ ratio. In these dancing data streams, I feel it on my face turning to numbness. It's as if you're getting 3 shades. This day 3 years ago. Where have you been? The woman's cool, but cool voice, echoing with the sense of the superior. I saved a poor girl right there. But it ended badly. You know. Silent enemy in tiled shoes. At the same time, I heard a soft creaking sound coming from her hand. It's like the tip of a pen is tapping on something. 5-organ adjustment. Complete the percentage of 100. I'm the girl you save. My name is Chun Song. The woman's voice echoed again. Seems to have become somewhat less cold. The reading light in the car is turned on. Under the lights, it's a beauty who's spinning a ballpoint pen in her hand. Beauty can be seen as the opposite. That's the girl who looked normal that year. And she's a member of your corporation. Right now. The other guy is still looking at me. I can't believe the next second. A breath in her eyes flashed a flicker of oscillation. Hard to recognize. The sound of the voice feels incomprehensible. How can he be so handsome? Your current beauty has surpassed 90. Hi. Your appearance clearly rocked her. Why not 100? The rest have to rely on you to improve. Because you're missing a little bit of your inner temperament. I have a calculation in my heart. Without any fear, look at the light. The person, whose cheeks seemed to be slightly flushed, she turned her face away. Don't look directly at me anymore. Her voice had softened a lot. That day, did not find Kamei's out monitoring. I'm sorry, I have been looking for you for 3 years. Because my identity is special. I can only use this to see you. I will repay you. I hope you don't mind. 25-year-old gangster god. It's 170 centimeters tall, weighs 48 kilos. Doctorate in finance and Western medicine at the University of Western. The youngest daughter of the Pink Panther. Chairman of the group, he mined. How do you know this information? The first is face recognition. Then, link to the phone signal and all of her social media accounts to find out. I can also analyze private photo albums, the coding. Do you want me to show you? Stop leaving. I looked at the sound. How are you going to repay me? Even if you saved me, don't even think about getting an elephant. I'll give you a good enough reward. I laughed so hard. I don't understand. Why does someone meet their savior, but talk that way? Because of all the people trying to reach me. They all have bad intentions. But I haven't looked for you in 3 years, and now her phone suddenly rings. Carefully lift the suspension. The other end of the line to a low-pitched, powerful male voice. Have you found someone? Father, I have found it, and will arrange it. I don't want to see him in person. Voice. The man's tone doesn't allow for negotiation. I'm not really that passionate either, that remuneration. It's just a bit of a feud with their family. The richest family in this legend. Follow me to meet someone who is. My father I nodded in agreement. In the face of an invitation from a man of this caliber, the ceremony is indispensable. Then I communicate with the ghost. It's still unclear what kind of background your idiot has. I'm the super brain of the 3rd generation of artificial intelligence. Not only have the ability to compute floating point distilled billion times, and be fully retrieve internal and in-depth information sets of the entire internet at any time. It's also possible through bioelectricity to adjust to your physical condition at any time. What a cowardly wound. The old one in my right eye is completely under control. It's also very good at strengthening muscles. I stimulated your body to accelerate the synthesis of specific muscle fibers. Current static thrust of your one hand, about 103 kilograms. It's about where I'm from. I'm not entirely clear myself. Only remember in the bottom part of the core program, there's a code signed by Institute 9. This information. It makes my consciousness a little bit numb. The voice of the ghost carries a bit of arrogance. People call the numbers 80 stupid. 130 is smart. But when I finish the 3rd stage of self-evolution, they'll never understand. The concept of index ownership, up to 125,000. What is it like? I was shocked again to hear that. Index 125,000. That's far beyond the average human, hundreds of thousands of times. It's how horrible existence is after all. Outside the gates of an ultra-wide farm, outside you, 20 people made lightning into a horizontal line. In front of them was a couple about 30 years old, with two beautiful-looking young girls. And it seems the same age. I don't know what you're thinking. How many of us have to wait like this? Just pick that kid up. You have to wait in the sun. That's right. Even if that poor guy saved my father's life, there's no need to flaunt. That's how it sounds. I'm just a normal office worker. I love you. My father has his own reasons. Let's be patient. But that's not the most important thing. The point is to listen to your father. I want to keep that kid in the house. My brother-in-law is waiting for that boy to arrive. You've got to find a way to get rid of it. Whatever you say. He's my guest. Don't be so casual. But if he doesn't understand the rules, I don't mind reminding him a little. I knew right away. My brother-in-law is the best. Hearing that, the little sister's face softened. Half an hour later. Sitting in the car, I finally calmed down a little bit. There's a ghost. Your next life will be very interesting. Then I sat up. Reach out to the bookshelf in the car, behind the back. What are you doing? Don't get excited. I'm just a little bored, so I want to read a little. Already said. I spontaneously pulled out a sophisticated hardcover book, evoking my perfect angle of view. After it has been optimized, her cheeks flushed for fear of being disrespectful. Hurry, and turn your head in the other direction. Trigger eye scan data, open instant memory mode. Watch too slowly. Flip a little faster. Go, my fingers start turning the pages. Books with extremely fast speed. What's the specific content on the paper? It didn't matter anymore, because the magic is going through a very small current. Record the scanned information directly into the destination. It's my brain nerve. The ghost urged me to secretly trick one. And then the page speed gets even faster. The book's pages made a rustling sound. Does anyone read books like you? If you don't like to read, don't ruin the book. Why do I like to use the book? What's the use of a bad-looking blower? Aren't you still someone who doesn't have any education? Open data aggregation analysis. Are mastering advanced communication skills. There are books with evidence. It's less than 20 minutes short. Based on magic. I've mastered the content of 3 books, Art of Communication, Entrance to Enjoy Wine, and Analyze the Economic Trend of the Summer Flower, The Bride Convoy to Deliver, From the City to the Outside. I don't know how long it's been. Slowly stop in front of a large gate. That earlier the convoy had entered the manor area. Lonco. You can see it running for more than 10 minutes. Their family background is not trivial. I just got out of the car. Take a deep breath of the fresh air outside. A clear, but haughty voice. Listen to this guy. Who gave you the liver? The lady had to wait that long, not waiting for them to finish. I turned my head in the direction of the voice. 2 beautiful girls just now are tiger heroes, in the blink of an eye. At the same time, close your mouth. Flaming cheeks can be seen with the naked eye. Mum is so handsome. Activate retinal imaging. Banish the legend, and banish the honor. Twin sisters. 21 years old. Even if students go home, graduated from a private art academy. Sister opens a small gallery. My sister is a famous singer-streamer online. Activate communication skills. Beautiful girls like this. Why did you 2 show up at once? It's amazing. I looked at them with a proper smile. The 2 beauties are completely shaken because of your current communication skills. Enough to crush the 90 so-called lovers. The small faces of the 2 beauties flush in the blink of an eye. Art palpitations. Oh my God. You're handsome. You talk so good. I love you 5. Pay attention to the weather. The sound is now coldly interrupted, and then started to introduce us to each other. She's a full-time housewife. Not just gentle, but also extremely compassionate. It's extremely rich in compassion. The person next to you wears gold glasses, with a warm smile on my lips. It's her husband, naked forever. He's currently the Director General, the business department of the corporation, Brother Jiang God. Thank you for saving our youngest daughter. Bear furiously reached out his hand. The moment I shook his hand. Magic copper warning, target heart rate spikes are high. Calculation result. He's being extremely vigilant and potentially resentful. With you, how do you know? I was in close proximity. He's got a health watch on his wrist. Moreover, I discovered he's got a lot of social media accounts in coding, used to feed lovers and discharge the negative emotion. In short, for not being satisfied with 7, the company is holding. So he's full of resentment for throwing out his family, and watch your sudden appearance. It is a potential property competitor. Blame me for not making enemies with me. It seems that this peaceful-looking brother-in-law is not simple inside. You are handsome. You can call a san in the future. I don't know who's been waiting so long. My brother-in-law doesn't. People don't complain. But the next second, the 2 sisters seem to remember back to my previous mission. You 2 were just shy. Suddenly against the cold. Try to make a serious face. Oh yeah, no matter how handsome you are. Don't take advantage of our house. What am I taking advantage of you, brother-in-law? You take us to the archery club. Don't worry about this gangster anymore. Of course it's okay. So let's go. I can't believe I just took 2 steps. Suddenly stop and turn around. There was a smile on her face that seemed enthusiastic. But the reality is so implicit. My brother came along for fun. Let's go out. Trigger 6 psychological analysis. He's clearly on his way. He asked the owner to refuse. I'm laughing in my heart. If you're here, I'm afraid of what's wrong with you, and I also want to see my brother-in-law's bravery. How about this? Agree. The guy next to me glanced at me. Casually make a ridiculous, childish comment. Then, she and her older sister went upstairs first, the back room of their manor. Swimming pool, small horse barn, golf course is enough. Barefoot pointing towards the archery field ahead. That's right. Gypsy. Do you know how to shoot a bow? Maybe we can play together for a while. My brother-in-law is bored. Let's make a bet. I'm holding a counter bow. It looks the heaviest, and it's also the most potholed design next door. The 2 sisters couldn't help but laugh because of the skill of the archery. Recognized as a leader in the world, just before the provincial championship, he won it, no less than once. The most important thing is the hunting bow I'm holding in my hand. I heard it takes about 200 kilos of traction. It can be stretched. Normal just for display. It was a competition. How can there be a lack of money? We put it on the live stream. Losing has a penalty. Or this. Who is our bet to lose? We'll have to plant bananas later at the party, eating in front of everyone. Now, of course, this is just symbolic. It's mostly about creating some air. The 3 of them didn't need to think about it and agreed immediately. Looks like you will definitely win. But they don't know that. Just now, Copper. Immediately scanned and analyzed. Competition video of archery champions. Olympics, through the ages. Perfect integration of all power generation techniques. Lying, shoot fine. Correction of environment and other data. Directly into the nerve. My movement, in memory. I only see my feet. To show my strength. They even close their eyes. An arrow shot out. The arrow stuck exactly in the center of the cover 100 meters away. He took off his blindfold. The face does not hide its superiority. Gypsy. This is a special hunting bow. It's normal not to pull it out. Don't tell me to bully you like this. As long as you stretch this bow. Let's say you won a lot of money. There's no need to cancel that. Like my brother-in-law helped me get the beer name straight. I was afraid of shooting. Then I also closed my eyes. Legs slightly outstretched. Lower the center of gravity, steady tons. Arm muscles, under the slight electric stimulation of the magma. Slightly bulged up. I just heard the body make a sound. My teeth clattering my ears. The bow needs 2 strong guys to pull it. I'm slowly stretching again, like the full moon, swiping an arrow containing human kinetic energy away from the bow. Carrying the wind's piercing sound, it's spinning like a tornado. Arrow does not fly towards the beer shot. That glides close to bare hands forever. Slug an hour, tore up his high-end tailor's shirt. Enormous power from the collar, dragging his whole body back a few meters. The thump echoed, fixed, blocking him onto the decorative trunk behind. The shirt's flap was torn open to reveal a segment of the abdomen. It's more embarrassing than, in the crotch of bare trousers, quickly flaring out, a dark streak of water. Gypsy, you're too much. I'll tell you. I'm sorry. I'm blindfolded. I didn't know my brother-in-law was in that position. The money pole just cancelled it. I apologized to my brother-in-law. At this time, the naked soul is restored forever. The dark face is scary. He force. A smile is more unsightly than crying. I'm okay. I can't blame God. I'm standing in the wrong place. I heard his heart beat. The clock discovered. His blood pressure is spiking at a terrifying rate. Suddenly, the circle of light reappears in my sight. Focus on the hand that's slouching on the side. A little trembling of the nahi. He saw only 2 fingers, and he grabbed the arrow, made of high-strength rimmed steel, and to break a sprinkle. The arrow is bent into an exaggerated art. The voice of the ghost carries the alert. This is not normal human hand force. The owner of his background, you are not simple. In the main dining room of the manor they threw, an old man come shot. Under the guidance of the butler. Slowly sit down. In the chair. Activation of retinal imaging. Tokal Pin Ping, 75 years old, founder and chairman of the British Manufacturing Group. The company's market value is estimated to exceed trillions, always in the top 30 list of the richest flowers. Passion for charity. The amount of the right to contribute over the years exceeds 3 billion. After sitting down, the old man looked at me with a kind face. Even though the body is old, but still exudes an invisible majesty. This must be my little brother. He's a young talent, of course. Greeting the old man. I'm really sorry. It took 3 new years. Fine, the boy. My writer is often overindulged. Afraid it's disrespectful to the benefactor. So I specifically invited you here to thank me in person. The old man is so hospitable, just cold and peaceful. Other things don't matter. Top-notch communication skills are immediately activated. So let me get this straight. I don't know if you're willing to be adopted. This hat join the family they cast not. In a split second, the entire room boomed. Their children stood up at the same time, in which the reaction of the grave is the strongest. Dad, it wasn't before that we talked about, is to give him a job and divide it up into shares. How can you show up like this now? Father, even though he saved me. But we don't have to respond this way. But the old man didn't say a word, just staring at me. I just broke it now. Blame not to meet, that this family has targeted me 5 times and 7 times. It turns out it's because I compromised their interests. Everybody sit down for me. But that year to save her bar. She was broken. What about that right eye? We can give him the money. You basically don't know. How hard has he been living the last 3 years? Moreover, the inflammation in the right eye has spread to the nerve. In 3 years, Phi will be completely blind. He's only 25 this year, shaking the entire body. My eyes suddenly became complicated. Even the 2 girls before always aimed at me. It's full of remorse now. They treat people on the spot, even if what the old man says is not wrong. But that's in the past. Now, I've integrated magic, not just from old disease, but it also has superhuman sensibility. Sorry to be your adopted son. I'm not interested. In the eyes of the old man, through disappointment. The next second, my right eye lit up. Sweeping stop on private grave. Angry texting. Message content displayed. This gangster is too big a threat to me. I want you to solve it, within a month. Even my voice must be controlled. Finished reading the message, I couldn't help but be a little surprised. They are willing to give in again and again. I can't believe the grave is on its head. So I changed my mind and told the old man, I don't want to be your adopted son. It's because I hit your bar. I heard the sound and suddenly stood up. Your face flushed up to your neck. You said something nasty. Spawn, spawn. But the old man's eyes lit up. It's normal for a young man to get his blood flowing. I have no opinion. But this still needs a nod in the end. I disagree. And don't call me a whore. I don't care to speak slowly to the barber. I didn't expect to join their family. But besides the sound, there must be a lack of support. There is no shortage of people next to me. I don't need your help. You can't be disrespectful. You just start being the driver of the bar. No one is allowed to interfere, others even if they don't care. But no one dared to object. Then he threw the butler's hand at him. Reverently brought to a bank card. There are 5 million here. As remuneration, you can stay in the manor. They put you in jail, standing next to the bar, 2424. Expel static cold face. Go straight up to the shuttle. Many beautiful cars like this are not used. The life of the young lady is so monotonous. Let's drive that one today. You're the driver. Based on where to make a decision, I didn't know before my eyes went blind. Will you be able to drive this supercar again? I sighed softly for an hour, showing a face full of regret. Hearing 2 words blind send the writing trembling. There was a little regret in my eyes. Okay, listen to me. Suddenly a dream came flying by. Win the road blocks. The one who comes is the grave. Have you ever driven a supercar? Do I need to teach you how to start? It's the first time I've ever driven. I studied a little more. Heard that from the grave laughing out loud. Let's hit a roaring engine. Then activate the magic. Successful transplantation of skills. Driver of the 69 racing champion. A successful implant-guided phase D operation. I was holding the wheel for 5 minutes. Just for a moment, my balance went from 20,000 to 1,000,000. A minute later even exceeded 7 million. During that time, number of transactions up to 100,000 times. It all took 2 minutes. The play has begun, thanks to its paradoxical data processing capabilities. In just 2 minutes, I made 7 million on the stock market. Right now, the head of the family behind this lady of heaven was paying attention to me to avoid disputes about money and power. I didn't just reject the offer adopted by the richest billionaire. I also volunteered to be a driver, standing on the roof of the vast manor covered in sill, worth 800 million. I feel the driver's name is still too much attention. That parasite doesn't even want to drive. My sister's been waiting downstairs for a long time now. I just remembered that I had to stand by the bar 2424 in the basement of their manor. Thoji, Ozy Joe to Joe Dream Wrench Folk gets folded day short. Whatever my property, it's growing at 3 million per minute. But these supercars still make me flower, hold static eye ejection, face straight up to the dragon to deliver. Many beautiful cars like this are not used. The life of the young lady is so monotonous. Let's drive that one today. You're the driver. Based on where to make a decision, I didn't know before my eyes went blind. Will you be able to drive this supercar again? I sighed softly for an hour, showing a face full of regret. Hearing two words blind send the writing trembling. There was a little regret in my eyes. Okay, listen to me. Suddenly a dream came flying by. Brake folding roadblock. The one who comes is the grave. Have you ever driven a supercar? Do I need to teach you how to start? It's the first time I've ever driven. I studied a little more. Heard that from the grave laughing out loud. Let's hit a roaring engine. Then activate the magic. Successful transplantation of skills. Driver of the 69 racing champion. Wang. I couldn't help but urge even the voice. Do you finally know how to drive? No more margins. Don't worry. I'm waiting for him. Let him run for 5 kilometers. It's okay now. The next second, I shut down the system. Car body stabilizer. Open the race mode of phasey. The rev goes 6,000 rounds. Immediately below the ground rose a white smoke. The bow swayed like an arrow leaving the bow. The guy sitting next to me immediately shouted. I hit the steering wheel hard and pulled the handbrake. The transfer phase is immediately completed. 180-degree drift. Now from the grave also realize I'm chasing close, thinking in my heart, driving well though. But here we are. The top 3 supercar clubs. But the next second, he was stunned. I just saw a shadow passing by really fast. The enemy just needs a press of the gas. I left him behind. In his eyes there's only a dim taillight. From the grave bow at the speedometer. 180 kilometers. What I love is being overtaken. How fast did that kid end up driving? Car park, commercial center. Some 2 bridge off-road vehicles crashed in. 8 black chickens get out of the car in line. Slammed his voice on one side against the wall and vomited. Sir, no matter who you are, if you do any harm to the third lady, don't blame me for being unkind. I shrugged my shoulders, and I couldn't accept it. Take me to the mall. She's going to buy me a suit, even though I'm just her coiffure. But it also represents the face of their home. But I ignore big brands like Seinen. Guxa goes straight up to the 3rd floor into a clothing store. The average price is 500 yuan. The young employee, who saw me walk up in a panic, calmed me down. He's my college classmate. It should be a student, elite of the Marin Pedagogical University. I'm working at a clothing store now, just to be with the goddess he's after. The 3 years. Where have you been for the last 3 years? It's okay if you dance with me. Aren't you back already? I'm here today to support your business. I see behind me a top-notch beauty. There were 8 black guards with him. Immediately drive the car closer. I haven't seen you in a long time. Your girlfriend is beautiful. He's just my driver. To shake the cold voice. I don't respect the enemy at all. Immediately change the color of your face and tell him to dance. Get him something. The total price should not exceed 300 yuan. I was embarrassed to ask him to try it on. No need to try. Take the old sashimi. This set is 485 yuan. If you want to pay quickly, gypsies are our old friends anyway. You can also give him a discount. But the discount will be deducted from your commission. Meaning, the sales of the clothes if I bought a charge to your commission, right? Then pack me 200. The ovary is lowered and the dancer is startled. I had a look of contempt on my face just now. Immediately change. A flattering smile is evident. I don't bother to talk shit to this kind of person. Turn around and go to the lighter. I specify the most expensive model in the store. The officer hurriedly said, Sir, are you sure you want this sample? This is a limited edition, centenary of the brand. Count 10 translucent blood diamonds. The selling price is 1, not 3 million yuan. I banged my bank card on the counter. Now there's more than 40 million on my card. That's just the balance from an hour ago. The temporary worker is confused. Hurry up and get ready. Gypsy, are you crazy? Buy a 500 yuan suit. It's paired with a 1,000,000 yuan lighter. What do you know? How can a smoker lack a soul lighter? When I finished, I didn't look back. It's going to the smoking area. Expel the stomped angry bar. After leaving the mall, I'm driving north of the city. He looked at the familiar scene in front of him. The face becomes more complicated. This is where she's surrounded by gangsters. Why did you bring me here 3 years ago? Don't you want to remind me that I owe you a favor 3 years ago? I don't care. Go straight to the front door on the 3rd floor. A strong antiseptic smell in the nose. In a small room with more than 10 beds, it's full of sick, old people. On the floor littered with bottles and tubes. Used injection. Shaking my nervous bar, strokes behind my back.